I've seen a lot of people rush into a cheap UPS because they think any battery backup will keep my computer alive long enough to hit save. Then the power flickers, the unit clicks off, and they are left scrambling to recover work that was lost in the last few minutes. That regret is what makes me hesitant whenever I'm shopping for a UPS. The difference between a budget strip that barely holds a charge and a true Sinewave model can be the gap between a smooth shutdown and a blown motherboard. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. In this video, I'll walk through why the CyberPower PR3000LCDSL 30A feels like a smarter buy for the kind of setups that actually need reliable protection, and where it might still leave you wishing you'd spent a little more. First off, let's talk about the environment this unit is built for. A 30 amp, 3000 VA, or 2700 W capacity puts it in the higher end of home office and small studio UPSs. If you're running a single desktop with a monitor and a couple of peripherals, you could probably get away with a 1000 VA unit. But most creators, streamers, or anyone who does serious photo or video editing often have multiple monitors, external drives, maybe a small audio interface, and they are running their machine at a higher load because of rendering tasks. In those cases you need that extra headroom, not just to keep the machine on for a few minutes, but to give the operating system enough time to shut down cleanly or to keep a critical server online during a brief outage. What makes the PR3000LCDSL stand out isn't just the raw VA number, it's the Sinewave output combined with the smart app integration. Sinewave UPSs mimic the clean power you'd get straight from the grid, which is especially important for sensitive equipment like high-end graphics cards or audio interfaces. A modified sine output can cause those components to draw more current, heat up, or even trigger false shutdowns. In my testing, the moment the power went out, the unit switched over instantly, and the connected laptop's power draw stayed completely stable. That's the kind of reliability you need when you mid-render and can't afford a sudden loss of power. The built-in multifunction LCD panel is another practical feature. Rather than having to pull out the device and stare at a cryptic LED display, the screen gives you a real-time readout of input voltage, battery charge, and estimated runtime. I found that the runtime remaining estimate was fairly accurate. I set it to full load, triggered a blackout, and the unit gave me about 8 minutes, which matched my timer within a minute. That level of transparency helps you plan when to switch to a UPS battery, or when it's safe to keep working without disruption. Now, let's talk about the hidden trade-offs. One thing that often trips up new buyers is the number of outlets. This model offers 7, but not all are battery-backed. CyberPower marks a portion as surge-only and the rest as battery plusage. In practice, you have to be mindful of which devices you plug into the battery-backed sockets. Your PC, monitor, and any external storage should go there. Anything you're okay with losing power for, like a desk lamp or a charger for a phone you don't need at the moment, can sit in the surge-only slots. It's a minor planning step, but it can be confusing if you just plug everything in without checking the labeling. Another practical limitation is the size and weight. At about 45 pounds, this isn't a unit you'll want to stow in a closet and pull out occasionally. It's designed to live under a desk or on a dedicated shelf, where it can stay plugged in and charged. If you're looking for a portable UPS for on-the-go presentations, this isn't the right fit. The battery life is respectable. You'll get roughly 8 minutes at full load, as I mentioned, but you'll need to keep it plugged in to maintain that charge. For a home office that's always on the same power strip, that's fine. For a traveling digital nomad, you might need a smaller, lighter option. Who should definitely consider this model? If you run a desktop workstation with a high-performance CPU and GPU, especially if you do any kind of content creation, 3D rendering, or audio production, the extra wattage headroom and Sinewave output will protect both your hardware and your workflow. Small business owners who run a dedicated server or a network-attached storage device at home will also benefit from the 3000 VA capacity and the $375,000 equipment guarantee. That's a safety net if a power surge ever damages something plugged in. The smart app is useful for people who like to monitor the UPS remotely. You can get push notifications on your phone the moment the unit switches to battery, which is handy if you're in another room or stepping out for a coffee. On the other side, who can skip this model? If you're a casual user with a laptop that already has a decent internal battery, or if you only need